Well, this is a door I haven't gone through yet, so let's go through here. Never mind, I guess I don't have to do that one. But yeah, you're good. What is this? Have you heard of NieR Automata before? Because that's the big one that, like, everyone's heard about, that I plan on starring on the channel soon. There are 2 games in the NieR series, this one and NieR Automata. So this is the first game. NieR Automata just came out on the Switch a couple days ago, and I plan on covering it on the channel soon, but we do things on this channel in order, so we're going through this first. So if you've heard of NieR Automata before, this is the game that comes before. Gosh dang it! Before it, essentially.
God, sand in your clothes is the worst.
Well, actually, yeah, well, sorta. Whoops.
Ice, can you even take baths?
Perhaps humans are simply not designed to swim in sand.
Probably not.
And in that case, you might consider being a tad more careful.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fall in the sand. So, I think it was around 2010-ish that NieR Replicant and NieR Gestalt came out. That was the first game, which, not by playing games in order is the only way. Yeah, it's the way that you have to do. You really haven't heard of, like, NieR Automata before. Because that's, like, a really big JRPG that, like, I had heard of for a long time. And I've heard everyone tell me, like, oh my goodness, it's like a masterpiece you have to play. And I've never played it before. So when I heard that it was coming to the Switch, I was like, okay. This is my excuse to finally play it. Is there a door back here, or is it just like the end? This is my excuse to finally play it. So we're gonna be playing NieR Automata soon. I would normally play it like right when it came out on the Switch, but you know, I haven't beaten this yet, so we have to beat this first, is the thing, because we gotta do things in order. Also, I'm on the fence if I want to play the Switch version that just came out, or just like the PC version that'll give us like better graphics and performance. I do actually hear that the Switch version is actually like really well optimized from what people have been saying so far. So that's neato. But yeah, so NieR Replicant and Gestalt came out in like 2010-ish, something like that. Replicant in Japan and like Gestalt in NA, with basically the exact same story. I went through this already. I'm dumb. What am I doing? I think, right? I think I went through this. I don't need to get sand in my clothes again. Basically the exact same game though. And then NieR Automata came out in 2016, 2017. Kind of rings a bell, but not sure. You'd have to look it up. Okay. Yeah, because everyone kept on telling me, like, it's so great, you have to play it, and now I'm finally gonna be doing so. Yeah. Like, because, you know, NieR Automata is a very large and ambitious game. So the fact that they were able to optimize it as well as they did on the Switch is honestly really impressive. Like, good on them. But now, there's a bunch of baddies over there. So, then NieR Automata came out in like either 2016 or 2017, something like that. And then while this game was a lot more like niche in terms of like people that were familiar with it, ooh, I can get a critical blow, stabby stab. NieR Automata is the game that like really hit it off, and you know, a lot of people started really knowing about and stuff. But no critical blow there. Ooh, unless I get it here. So, in 2021, they released this, which is a remaster of NieR Replicant. So, whoa. Bop. Apparently, the combat got changed a bit to be, like, more closely attuned to, like, the NieR Automata style of combat, from what I hear. Apparently, the combat in this is, like, a lot better than the original release. I wouldn't know, because I never played the original. I find the combat kind of janky sometimes, quite frankly. I'm looking forward to the, Did you literally just one-shot me? Also, this is hard mode in this game in a nutshell. Wow. Hopefully I got a checkpoint, though. So, yeah, I did get a checkpoint. Don't get hit by that guy is what I'm interpreting here, huh? Hopefully the hard mode in NieR Automata is a lot more of, like, a meaningful challenge and not just, like, ludicrously inflating enemy health and damage like it is in this game. You know, how is it overall? I've been enjoying this, but I haven't been enjoying the, I've been sort of enjoying the multiple playthroughs part. It's weird, the, requirements that this game has for, like, getting the full story. So, the story, gosh dang it! The hard mode isn't great. I do have to say, I really don't like the hard mode. And yeah, I guess, like, NieR is technically, like, a spin-off other story after like one of the endings of this other series called Drakengard, which I never heard of until I started looking into NieR. Apparently there's 3 Drakengard games, and it's the ending to one of those games that kind of like leads into NieR Replicant and then NieR Automata, but apparently that's not super important. So, like, I was looking up online, like, if I want to do these in order, do I have to do Drakengard before I do NieR? And everything that I saw online was like, no, you really don't have to do Drakengard. Like, it's like a very loose connection at best. Like, maybe I'll consider doing Drakengard one day, but, you know, Drakengard apparently isn't, like, all that necessary for the overall story and stuff. It seems like. It's just like, yeah, there was some Drakengard ending that, like, led into this in some way, but it's really not important from what I found on the internet was the thing. But yeah, so, there's that. So NieR Automata was 2017 then. And then there's this right here, this remaster of the original NieR, which is, just last year. Basically, Drakengard 1 has a timeline split between Drakengard 2 and NieR, depending on the ending. Okay, so that's what it is. Some weird thing like that. So, like, maybe we'll play Drakengard on the channel one day. Maybe. We'll cover NieR for now. And see where it goes. And maybe if I... Come on, get the thingamabob! And maybe I'll consider Drakengard one day if I have the time. Die! Drakengard 3 is a prequel to Drakengard 1. Oh, so it's like all weird and all over the place then. Dang it, I didn't get the thingamabob. I need to really make sure that guy doesn't get me because I think he shots me. Yeah, let's be really careful there. Alright, we'll kill you. Kill you. This game has been interesting. I have been enjoying it for the most part. It's intriguing. I'm looking forward to seeing how this story ends off. But to get the full story, it's freaking weird. Wait. Strength capsule. Am I at capacity for that then? I am. So I may as well use one. There we go. There we go. And Drakengard. Dang it, it's literally a one-shotting. I'm tempted to switch it over to easy mode. Drakengard 2 is a valueless game. No one should play. Yoko Taro didn't even make it. Huh. I've heard bad things about Drakengard 2. I didn't know that, like, Yoko Taro wasn't even involved. But, you know, the things I've heard about Drakengard 2 haven't been great. I mean, I know nothing about, like, any of the Drakengard games. It's just, like, very basic stuff that I've heard. So if you just straight up one-shot me, which is totally fair and balanced, by the way, I should just, like, commit to you first. How much health do you have? What the heck? What, is that an actual Arceus phone? Is a book. Is a sentient book named Grimoire Weiss, who is voiced by a legendary voice actor and is constantly giving the heroes the sass. He gives me, like, these magic powers and stuff that I'm able to shoot out, and he's a real sassy book. He's our main companion. We have these other companions in the story, too, for, like, a total of 4 characters in this party, but Grimoire Weiss here is my favorite. He's a super... Whoa. What? I can't parry that! It just breaks my guard and insta-kills me! Basically, they wouldn't let him be the director for Drakengard 2. Really? But yeah, he's the book with the sass. Is the thing here. Like when he was sassing us about falling in the thingamabob there. It's supposed to be on this side now? I got a checkpoint on this side? Okay. Wow. So if I mistime any one of my parries, I just lose. This is hard mode in this game in a nutshell. They just give, like, all the enemies, like, a bazillion health and make them all hit like an absolute truck. And this guy apparently one-shots me. So, I really don't like the hard mode in this game. Had this been, like, dang it, a playthrough that I wasn't doing on this channel, I would probably do, like, normal mode. Normal mode feels like a good balance in the way the game was meant to be played. The hard mode in this game feels really poorly designed, but I'm just, like, showcasing it as, like, a content creator, I guess is what I'm doing. So, we out here suffering with hard mode is the thing. I am tempted to go to the home menu and just switch into easy mode for this. Because he insisted on certain creative decisions that Square Enix did not appreciate in Drakengard 1, really. But then he came back for Drakengard 3. And then he also started working on NieR. Was the case. Okay, well. So then. I'll save my little IMDb plot synopsis of, like, the story so far here for after defeating this boss, because I need to, like, you know, be playing. I've said it before in this series, playing the, oh, that's the one that one-shots me no matter what, even if I block, is the overhead. Do I get my item back? Do I get it back? Builds character while doing it in hard mode. Please tell me I get my thing back. Okay, I do. So I can try with this however many times it takes. I've said it multiple times. Dang it, I mistimed and he broke my guard. I've said it many times in this series that I have to play like the best NieR of my life. But now this genuinely is the time that I have to play the best NieR of my life because the slightest mistake and I just die. Unless... stack a bunch of things. Like, maybe I can just not die then? Okay, I can just not die. I did try to dodge that. I'll put my inputs on screen even. Or not, that's not working. Never mind. No inputs on screen this time. Alright, so I did dodge that time. I prefer the swings that I can parry, but your overhead strike is not. Oh. Okay, that I can parry and then get some big damage. Okay, well, I can just, like, not die if I put on the defense thing, though. Is at least the case. I think I parried somebody else back there, is what I just did. I think my defense thing ran out and I just died. No longer had the yellow there. Okay. This sucks. And I have to do this to beat the game. Because I need to collect every weapon to beat this playthrough. And this side quest is mandatory to get my last weapon. There's one weapon that I'm missing. That's behind this this side quest. So I'm just gonna have to like try and be on top of doing that, I guess. So I'm gonna have to do. Okay, that one I just have to dodge. Wait, can I like... Yes. If I see the opportunity for that, I should take it. I'm so sketched out. Did my thing just... No, I still have, like, the yellow effect of defense up. It's just sometimes he still one-shots me and sometimes he doesn't. I'm so confused. I am so confused right now. If I go to the main menu and, like, switch it to easy mode, I would just, I would... Wait. Am I not getting my things back? I would be at my last save point rather than this checkpoint. Am I actually running out of things? I'm a smidge worried here. Okay. You have so much health. This is actually ludicrous. I pressed the parry button, I swear. I swear on me mum. My defense thing's still going. Okay. I'm invincible during those. And the moment I come out of it, I'm just dead. I am genuinely flabbergasted right now. Like, why was this designed like this? I'm at 5 there now. I think I might actually be running out. This is not great, is it? Come on. Okay. Maybe I should deal with these guys first, because even though, like, his projectile thing can one-shot me, it should be easy enough to dodge that I should just be able to, like, deal with it, right? And just dodge it every time. Like, that's probably the safest option here, right? Is just, you know, deal with him from afar. Because even though I'll get, like, more damage faster up close, I also, you know, I'm at a lot greater of risk, you know? Like, those I can see coming from, like, a mile away, and it hit a meal there. I'm starting to think that this might actually be the play, especially if I am actually, like, burning through my consumables, like, between reloads there. Crap, he got up. He got up there. Anyway. Well, I guess, things are probably under control enough now that, alright, you're, dead Zoe there for real. No, 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 no. Why are you not locking on, game? I want to lock on so I can actually see what's going on here. Alright, maybe things aren't actually as chill here as I thought. Here, let's just do this. So, when it comes to the story of this game, there's two halves. There's like a pre-time skip and a post-time skip. We're in the post-time skip. It's a 5-year difference, so we're like the older protagonist now, as opposed to like the younger Dudo. And if you want the full story content of this game, what you have to do is do a full playthrough once, and then you get like the first ending, and then you reload your save file, and it puts you back to the beginning of the time skip, and then you do basically the second half of the story again. But you get like more cutscenes that show you like boss backstory and stuff, and you start to realize that like, wow, you're actually a really crummy person for killing all the bosses that you did, because all the bosses aren't necessarily all that bad at people. Except maybe that ship one was just straight up murderizing people. Like, I can't feel that bad about that one, but you experience basically the same story again, but it recontextualizes it so you feel completely different the second time through. And then you get like a slightly different ending that like gives you a little bit more context, but it's otherwise the same story. And then you start playthrough 3, which I'm on right now. And the game just straight up tells you, yeah, if you want like the next ending from here, just like go collect all the weapons. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing these side quests, collecting all the weapons. There's not really much different with this route. There have been some additional cutscenes, not a whole lot. So, you know, while I was like pretty down for playthrough 2 and like really understanding it in a new way, there have been like very little of that here in playthrough 3. So I've been a lot more done with playthrough 3 here and just like, yeah, let's just get through it already. But apparently, at the end of playthrough 3, if you collect all the weapons, there will be some final boss where you have a choice, and you want to do, like, one option, and then, like, reload the save just before the final boss, and then just defeat the final boss again, and then do the other option. And then apparently there's also, like, some other, like, ending at the end that, is exclusive to this remake version that wasn't in, like, the 2010 or 2011 original release, whatever it was. You're still alive here. That guy's finally out of here. I was honestly worried about him. So, you know, ever finished 3 houses? Yes, I did. But I've not yet finished 3 hopes. I've done 1 playthrough of 3 hopes, and I still have multiple of that. But I did do all 4 routes and playthroughs of 3 houses, though. Now I have 3 hopes since that released. But yeah, here we are with multiple playthroughs of this game, which luckily doesn't take as long as like 3 houses, something like that. Like, this is what, stream 14? And I believe the last stream cut up all the way up to, like, parts 85. So, like, the beginning of the stream would be, like, part 86, and we're at part, like, I don't know, early 90s or something like that by now, by the time this cuts up. Something like that. So, like, it'll go over 100 parts, but it's not, like, gonna be basically 100 parts per playthrough, like 3 houses kind of was, in a sense. There's some boss down here. Or is this just, like, the boss from, like, part 1? From the pre-time skip. So, you know, it's a decent bit of an ask, it seems like. Oh yeah, there's baddies.
We better take our time.
No wonder the
Yeah, I'll take my time. That is so many bubbles.
Chatter for a later time.
Oh, that is so many bubbles.
And approach this slowly.
So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. The short version of the plot is there are these shades that seem to be like real bad and stuff. But we found out in later playthroughs that they're, like, the people of, like, an old world. The old world that's, like, the world as we know it. Apparently, this takes place, like, 1,500 years in the future. Civilization as we once knew it has collapsed. Though people from the old world aren't around anymore or have been turned into these shades that seem like just generic big bads that you had to fight no matter what in playthrough 1, but we found out in playthrough 2 and 3 that they're actually not that bad, but the characters in the story don't know that, so I guess we still have to fight them anyway. Is the case. And what we're specifically trying to do as the hero here is to save our sister from the Shadow Lord, who's like some ultra crazy shade guy. Is the case. So we've went and saved our sister from the Shadow Lord twice now in the previous 2 playthroughs. But I guess things will be different in this one. So once I get this weapon, this is the last side quest that I have to do for a weapon, and I have all the keys to see the Shadow Lord. So I think once we're done with this side quest, we can probably just go fight the Shadow Lord and try to save our sister again, I think. Because I don't think I need to do any other side quests. So that's kind of what's going on here. Let's see here. Drake and NieR isn't known for good gameplay, but man, Drake and NieR fans had it bad in 2003. Like, what was it, like really bad gameplay back then? Even jankier than we have here. Because I mean, you know, this is kind of janky, but it's not super janky. It makes me really glad I'm playing this 2021 version and not like the original game version, because from what I've heard people say, apparently, while the gameplay in this one isn't the best, apparently it's like a big improvement from the original. I mean, you're really scared about the original, is what that makes me feel like. But yeah, so that is NieR in a nutshell. I never even realized that there was another title. I thought it was just NieR Automata until I started looking into it. And when I heard NieR Automata was coming to the Switch, and I was like, oh, it's that game that everyone keeps telling me is like a masterpiece and something you gotta play. I was like, I'll play it, and I looked into it, and I was like, oh, there's other games that come before this. Drakengard and NieR Replicant. So, here we are playing NieR Replicant. Well, I knew about NieR Replicant and that it was related to NieR Automata in some way. At first, I thought that it was like a sequel to NieR Automata or something, but it's like, nope, that's a remake of the game that came first. Is what it is. Remake, remaster, whatever the heck. Complex machine that I'm never gonna use. More waves of baddies. The original NieR is like walking in wet socks. Drakengard is more like stepping across a path of nails for its gameplay. Is it really that bad?
Let's report back to the king.
Oh, so I did it. I did it! And now we get the final weapon, and now we can go see the wonderful Shadow Lord of Oz, right? Right? He's gonna give me the final weapon. Thank you for dispatching the shades. Here's a small reward for your work. Yes! Obtain the two-handed sword Labyrinth Song. Achievement unlocked, weapons collector. Yes! Yes! Alright, I think we can go face the Shadow Lord again now. I got all the weapons. Oh, so much pain. That terrible gameplay only makes it better, to be honest. Does it really? Maybe one day we'll get to Drakengard on the channel. Maybe. We'll get NieR done first. And if I ever do get to Drakengard, I'd probably put it into the same playlist and just rename like my NieR series playlist to like the Drake and NieR series playlist. Adds to the tone of the story. Well, okay then. Maybe one day we'll find out firsthand if we get to it. Hi, I need healing items. I spent through so many in there. Yes, please. Let's stock up on those before going and seeing the Shadow Lord. Is what we shall do. Alright, and save after that nonsense. Unintentionally, you might add. Well then. Alright, time to go start the final segment of the story for the third time, I think. With all the weapons in tow. Peace.